See how I created this apparatus setup from scratch on Canva. Okay, so the first is I go to tools and I get a triangle from tools. Okay, this is to create the conical flags first. Okay, and the first thing I did was to make the corners to be a bit round. Okay, make it a bit bigger, more round. And the next thing is to change the color to white and then put some borders around it. I prefer my borders to be 6. Okay, so after creating this, the next thing I did was to for the top part of the flags, which I did with a triangle. I'm sorry, I mean a square. And I placed it like this. Okay, this is also going to have its border. And the color is also going to be white. Another way I like to do this is by just making 2 strokes. But this is just one of the ways, and it's the way I actually did this current, the one you can see in the you could see in the previous screen. And then from here, we had to remove this this bottom part that had to be attached. So what I did was to duplicate this, or you just probably get a new one, and then adjust it like this a bit, and then you remove the borders, and you bring it back right in here. So I can put make it a bit more positioned by altering the width. On the position, you alter the width. So I can make this width to be something like 105. Okay. So since it's 105, it has been slightly changed. So I can use the notch to adjust it. And the previous one, let me take it up a bit. Yeah. And then the one inside, we put it more at the middle. So I can even make it from 105. Let's make it 107. Let's see. Then we adjust it to just be at the middle. And I think it's fine like this. Or let's make it 106. Okay, being 106, I think it's pretty much looking more organized like this. Okay, so this is more like the other part. And the next thing I group it together so that I don't um get to destroy it later on. And then the next thing is to bring out another square to create the cork. We bring out another square and make it look this way and position it here. So you can give it your own color, but then again, this color and then so this is more like the cork. And to create the thread, we go and get a line and get the curved lines. Okay. And then we take it over right here. We can even use a straight line. Okay, but I prefer using this curved line because you can make it be anything you want. Okay, so we can make the stroke style to be more thick. We can make it, let's say 10. Okay, so it's more thick this way. And then we can duplicate this and bring out the one that will be sticking out. We'll just okay, something like this. Okay, and then the test tube can be gotten from elements, or we can decide to go totally from scratch. So we are also going to take it from here. So we'll get a shape that looks more like a test tube. This shape, we would reduce it. Okay, then we'll alter the border and also the color. So we can use this as our test tube. We use this to rotate it. And then we'll position it like this. And then we get also another of this line. We might duplicate this or get a new line and then make it a bit smaller. Okay, something like this. And then we will rotate it, make it smaller. And okay, voila. Okay, and then we'll get something like the a triangle also that have curved sides, and we take it, we place it here, and I prefer to do this, and then we make it round corners. Okay, and then to make the inside this color, we'll increase it to the end. Okay, and we can use the notch to move it top and to the side a bit. So most of these things is just kind of a matter of attending to detail. Okay, and then we use position. At this very top, you see position, you click on position. And then the one that is highlighted, you take it to the back. And so it is at the back. And then once it's contained in the conical flat, sorry, in the test tube, you can duplicate the test tube, okay, and make it smaller. And then you change the color to your preferred color. So what is in the test tube is now having a different color. we can make this to be in the right position. And ta-da, we are getting almost there. Okay. And the next thing we can do, okay, the cork, the top part of the cork. You can get the top part of the cork from a circle. And then we reduce it so much. Yeah, we'll have to reduce it a bit and reduce it. And then we'll put the strokes and then the line. And here also, we'll change the color. Then we'll take it and put it in this position. And then we'll reduce it. Okay. So from here, we have it be in the position that we want it to be. And then this one, we take it down, down, down a bit. Okay. And then what again? And then I select everything and group it. And then we can take it up a bit or reduce it. Okay. And then we'll go to element again. And then we'll scroll down, down, down. And then we use this one. And then we reduce it. Then we take it here. We kind of increase the width. Okay. And we have it be like this. And then we put in some bar strokes in it again. Okay. And then this, we duplicate it. Or no. And then we come here. We get our image. We put in some strokes. And then we make it white. Put in some borders. And then it displays like this. And we go to text. And we click on this. And then we say 250 grams. 250 grams. Okay. And then we reduce the size of the text and we bring down our text. We can also increase the size of our text, okay, and make it go up a bit. And ta-da, we got it.